Hello, my name is Kostas. I'm the creator of Evolduo, which is a platform for collaborative musical synthesis using evolutionary algorithms. In this quick video tutorial, I will quickly explain what it is, what it does, and how you can use it. So if we ignore the fancy term, Evolduo will just try to create a musical phrase that will be played on top of a chord progression, and it will try to improve it over time. You as the user can specify the parameters for this evolutionary process, and you also will have the option to rate some of the generated music, which will shape the evolutionary process to your liking, or at least it's supposed to do it. This is the home screen, and what you should do, you should create an account. It's free. You should verify your email, which will allow you to create a new evolution. So let's just go to the new evolution tab, and you will get many options, some of which are related to evolutionary algorithms, some of which are related to music, and some of which are related to some generic parameters that are custom for this project. If you may find this daunting, you could just ignore it and go to presets and select some of the pre-selected configuration options that the platform provides. Let's start with minimal, which will try to create something relatively simple. And I will change those two options to be 0 and 1 minute, and those will be the only options I will explain in this video, just to keep it short. Minimum ratings is the amount of ratings an iteration of the evolution should have in order to proceed to the next one. And the time, this evolve after option, is how much time the users will have to rate the tracks. Now, if the minimum ratings is 0, we don't have to supply any ratings. I will just click create, and you will be redirected to the new evolution that was created for you. If we listen, now we can see all the tracks that were created, and we have also the option to rate those by clicking the smiley faces. Let's try the first one and see what it sounds like. Okay, that's really not that great. Let's say I don't like this. And now you can see here on the status that this will evolve in 18 seconds. Here you can see that we have provided 1 rating and 0 are required to proceed to the next generation. So even if we didn't rate this, it would still proceed to the next one. At the bottom of the page, you will get a pagination, something that looks like a pagination, but it's all the iterations that this evolutionary process will go through, and you will be able to access all the generated tracks. So I will refresh, and you should see the status is updated now, and this will evolve at any moment. I will just refresh a couple of more times, as this may take a bit. You also see that we get a different track each time because the results are shuffled. And this is so you get a random track that you can listen to and rate. Okay, so now the first iteration, 0 iteration, has been finished, and it has proceeded to the next one. We can click this link, and we will go to the iteration number 1. Now some of those tracks have changed, and you can see that we have some different time signatures and some flat notes. So now we can give it a listen. now this is getting somewhere. I think I like this. So I'll click the smiley face and yeah, and just we'll have to wait until this goes to the next one. And this will go for 20 more iterations until it's finished. If you go to the home page, you will see this iteration with its progress, the chord progression that we're choosing, and the chord shape. Now let's try something a bit more interesting. Let's see how we can collaborate with others. I will put this window to the side and I will bring a friend on the right hand side. So I will create a new evolution and I will try a standard preset this time, which should create something a bit more interesting. And the only change that I will adjust is keep the amount of repetitions to low. So this is a more blues-like progression that we will see. So I will set the minimum ratings to BT2 this time, and yeah, let's leave all the other options as they are. Regarding repetitions, you can change this from 1 to 4, and this is how many times the chord progressions should be repeated. The bigger this is, the more long the music track will be and the more notes it will have, which will put more let's say pressure on the algorithm to improve it. So the more repetitions, the more diverse results you will get, and it's also likely that it will not be as musically correct as it could be. Let's keep this major also, just for simplicity. So this time, we'll get a slightly different message that will say that this will evolve only if it will have enough ratings. I will just listen to this first one. Yeah, given that all the notes begin with the same same duration, it's really makes this music really not that nice. So I'll click I don't like this. And this time I want someone to collaborate with. So I'll just type this user's email, which is my email, and you can use it to contact me if you see anything else or have any questions. And now if I invite this person should see this new evolution on the right. So yeah, this is evolution number 35, and if this user refreshes the page, you see that it gets to see it now. So now you see, this user sees that there is one provided rating and there is one left, and this doesn't have enough. I'll just click something that I'll just randomly click. I don't like this, and yeah, you will see here that this user on the right has a couple of more options, and I will quickly explain what this is because you as the normal user will not see it. This is an administration account which gets some debugging information, and I will explain how rating affects the results. So we have two values here, which is the fitness and the raw fitness. Raw fitness is the evaluation of the system for this music track. You don't get to see it because it will likely bias you, because you'll see that, oh, this gets this number and this gets this number, so likely the system thinks that this is slightly better. Okay, let's see. Now this has been evolved, and we will jump to the next one, and let's pick one that looks that has deviated from our original boring forms. really good. I like this a lot. So I'll click that I really like this. And now if I find this, okay, we should jump to the last one here as well. Okay, so the user on the right, which is the admin, also gets in somewhat sorted way better tracks at the top, so it's a bit easier to get a sense of which ones are good. And I will also click that I really like this, and this will evolve in a it should evolve in a few seconds to the next generation, and we should see what rating really means when it comes to the user feedback. So I'll refresh a couple of times. As a note, you should adjust this time based on the amount of time you want to give your users to listen to tracks and rate them, because as long as those proceed to the next generation, you will not be able to rate those tracks because it's only enabled for the most recent ones. Okay, so now if we jump to this iteration, you see that the system gave a rating of -7, and with the user feedback it jumped to -1. I cannot exactly explain right now how this value is calculated, but it will take a number of parameters, and you will see that this will get much more likely to be picked comparing to this one, although those two are for the system the same. So let's jump to the last one. And yeah, we can see that we still get some of our boring evolutions at the top and some of our more interesting here. So let's give this one a listen. It's not bad. I think it's good enough. I will like this. And yeah, this concludes the video tutorial for the Evolduo. I hope you like it. I hope you use it. You can browse around, see what other people have created on the public list. You can see some of the samples that have been processed with a DOLA, with Ardour, and some actual VSTs, and those sound way better than the MIDI that you listen. You also can download the MIDI tracks that will download the melody and the chord progression. You can just do whatever you want with them. Those tracks belong to public domain. That's it. I hope you like it. Please use it, provide your feedback, and let me know what you think. Bye.